So I recently got level 250, so I doubt I'd sell my history on the solo. It pretty much started when my brothers and friends started playing Hypixel. I thought, why not help them get more kit support so we can have more fun. Uh, from there I fell in love with WoW too. I really loved the intense moments that I had. Like it like it just like I think it's that moment. It gave me the first few moments of that momentum, or whatever it's called. I guess adrenaline it was, yeah. But from what I remember, the next thing I knew though, achievements came out, so so I knew I needed to start making other game modes. And TNT games was my favorite out of all of them. From there I from there I made some from there I made some of my early friends, the three Dendit, and Slimesy. Next we move on to the questing era. I loved it, which turned out to be my favorite legacy questing system. I mean, and this system turned out to be my favorite system. Alright, slow it down. Alright. I think I might include this just so I can improve. Maybe not. Oh well. The the old questing system was probably my favorite. Like since you had to like get a since you gave you the opportunity to get ahead of people that were also there by completing the quest fast. Because you had to complete it. It's hard to explain, but you had to the quest resets after 20 hours instead of 24 hours, which means if you complete it within that 1 hour, you'll be ahead of where you was. So yeah. And one of the things that encouraged me to quest more was Blue Mother and the Winter Ball. Like I remember fighting a quick keeper when he was using it, and it was so cool to play with. Anyways, around this time, Cypher invited me to a skill named Basil's. Later we moved on to Red Arms, owned by Francesca. And, and during the summer of 2014, I got false banned for a week. I know it's bad, but I want to include it. It also made me be more cautious about which mods I should use. Like, because I was using Battle Sprint back then. So I pretty much stopped using it. Eventually, that guild was dying, so Slizy recommended that we send applications to Team Strive. I'm probably saying I don't think they would actually accept me, but it turned out he was right because I had stats in every game mode. Eventually, that guild was, eventually, I don't know. I, anyways, during Team Strive, I found some cool moments. I communicated in voice. Um, the first people I communicated in voice with was Tiny Nightmares and Katniss Jewel. Although all I really said was just hello and things like that. We had some guild events that were enjoyable too, but the one that stands out for me most was when Mike quit gaming his Keeper 10 with 10 kit. He just like starts kill on top of me before I realized. I thought it was pretty cool that I got to use that high tech guild back then. So, and eventually that guild decays. So the members went their separate ways. But before I went back to DC, we took a detour to Cybo's 3 skill named Arena Battles. Although I don't really know what's happened in that era. I don't really remember it. But there was this one guy, his name was MC Nuggets, that hogged the SAS booster queue. Back then you could completely hog one game mode by having a line of boosters. Like it's like a monopoly. Like he monopolized the queue. Like no one else could even queue up a booster. Well, they could. Like no, could they? Try to remember. I don't know, but hey, he pretty much had it hogged. Eventually, it got fixed where you couldn't have multiple boosters in a row. And the second major and the most enjoyable guild I've ever been was 3Z. Oh, wait, it was pretty much like Team Strive, but with like just lasted longer. But one time, a group of members wanted to form the unkill near proximity, and the leaders were Titan Nightmares and Buttermy Toasty. Like Buttermy Toasty, he was pretty cool. There was some strange things he did, but yeah, it's alright. Before all that happened, we marched a bow spam led by JV Husmuff and Wesley Absolute, which is who also goes by Wesley Absolute, I mean. And two new friends though would meet with the mods were Jason6478 and Wacky Crazy. And they were pretty funny together. They would say things like Jason would say, Wacky Crazy, and Wacky would say things like Jason6478. And us four and I played UHC champions together, but it was a lot of fun playing with them. But my most strategic team would probably be Slibo doing Titan Nightmares. Sly would give us like a grocery list of items for us to collect every game. This made the grind extremely efficient. But back to the inner proximity, I discovered that was actually Slibo 3's guild according to the owner. So eventually we went back to 3C to find new members. Because I didn't really play it with the main wing ball back then. Eventually I hit my goal, which when I became the fourth Steve at level 50. But Tree Laking was a worthy competitor. Like he also crested hard. And after that, like Touch wanted to play Kelly Factions more competitively, so he asked if we would be down. Like I would say about half of us decided to be active in it. Like Steph was the redstone engineer builder of the team. He was like crazy good at building. He was also the max dreadlord of the guild too. The the 3C members eventually got bored, so Touch decided to join more active factions. Excessives would probably Kamikaze Monkey, Self-Shock, and Imals. My favorite moment in factions were the in-fights as chases. If you ever got low on pots, you would have to kite back to your base while avoiding traps. Like you would have to like you had to avoid like these ganks that people set up, and while also pulling efficiently. But anyways, near the summer 2015, Cyber 3 had a plan to create a Mega Ross fan zone like Blitz-oriented ones. We did some test runs before we public released the zone and helped moderating too. It's my only experience like today with actually being a staff member. Like that's probably why I know some of the procedures Hypixel staff do. But I don't really actually know all of them though. I just like I can see why they do stuff. But like I remember doing that. I accidentally banned someone that looked like he was cheating. So, but he got unbanned. So, but that also made it so I was actually careful about who's cheating and who's not. Like sometimes people just get mad at someone just because they lost. Alright. Eventually, Sly decided to close the server since summer was ending. It became a huge success, sustaining 50 to 100 players for such a new server, though. Next was when I was playing with that one noob and his friends. Yep. We pretty much just did guild events and mini games on Hypixel such noob, so my most memorable time was when we created barrels on his server. It felt like I was the developer with the way I designed it, even though it was just a command box. Then again, I guess using notes is a staple of developing anything. The last of my deeper friends before they stopped playing other games was none other than Presiding Officer. We played UHC Champions and Rebound together, and he was really good at wide combos. He's the one that told me you could deal quote unquote double damage if you hit someone after you wide them. Like because Minecraft like records the highest damage you it records the highest damage you dealt while that guy's taking damage. If that makes sense. Because wides do 0 damage, and then your sword does 7. Yeah. It's kind of strange. it makes sense when you think about it though. Back in 2014, him and Steph Snipes also created the Blender strat by spamming Song of Power and a winner ball 2v2. In a few of the UHC games we played, ended up with a huge fight of 5 of us getting 4 down to end the game with. There was pretty much nothing anyone could do to us with that much skill. Like, honestly, like once either of us got the 4 down normal, like it was just a win. Like even if it's just one of us, there's nothing Paul Irons could do. But there was this one Paul Iron that was actually really good with a bow. He always killed me, but unfortunately he lagged out. But he owned that win though. Yeah, it's when I learned that having projectiles is really it's a really good thing to have. Like when you're without it, you're pretty much useless when you're without projectiles. And the time I played a winner bow in this era, I was starting to get bored of the free set of Holy Seal meta. It was getting to the point in Match 2 where every melee meta, if you missed, you auto lost. I decided to test out new sets to try to push them to their max potential as well, just so it could be up to the level of the freeze meta. My favorite setups were Relevant C's Boulder and Park setups. Like, he actually knew what he's doing though. Yeah, Relevant C was probably the best winner ball player. But it's very deadly and this allows users to melee you to death, something that FSS heavily relies on for its stands output. I also started to feel the same about the normal game mode, so I started to use 1.11 plus as well. I was also curious as to why players found it bad. As it turns out, it's not nearly as bad as players make it out to be. Like, but suddenly, a Baron was starting the mods, and players I never would have thought would start it. They stated that they decided to rampage to show Hypixel how bad the situation is, but ironically, it was far better before this era began. They eventually got uh, bored, but it still left the mark that's felt to this day. But it's starting to go away now, I think. But during this era, I made a 1.11 that just became my favorite because of the amount of discussion. It was long, but I learned that players mainly liked 1.8 because of blockading. It also prepared me for a more sensitive topic. Later on, there was controversy where players thought I despised gays. I didn't figure it out until the end of the day, but it turns out our definitions for gay were different. Mine just involves sodomy, which is inappropriate, while others refer to just liking the same gender. Hopefully, those few that still think I'm toxic long down not. The ones that don't really interact with me that much game, so I guess that's one reason. From that whole debate, I think that no one should focus on sexuality. It seems like it just causes a big fuss, and focusing on life goes seem more important and way more rewarding. Yep. Overall, I would say I really enjoy the story and still am. The stories as community seems to be improving as well. Toxicity seems to be dealt with more and more often, and there are still things that can be achieved. But it's good to know that you can always improve. I'm looking forward to what more the soul and hopefully the upcoming game has to offer. And last but not least, thanks God for all that you've done for me. Bye everyone, have a nice day, and I'll see you next one.